Would you believe me now if I told you I got caught up in a wave? Almost gave it away. Would you hear me out if I told you I was terrified for days? Thought I was gonna break. Oh, I couldn't stop it, tried to slow it all down. Crying in the bathroom, had to figure it out. With everyone around me saying you must be so happy now. Oh, if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming back. But if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. Light on, light on, light on. And would you believe me now that I always had the best intentions, babe? Always wanted to stay. Can you hear me now that I'm vulnerable in oh so many ways? Oh, and I'll never change. Oh, I couldn't stop it, had to figure it out. But everything kept moving and the noise got too loud. With everyone around me saying, you should be so happy now. Oh, if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming back. But if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. Light on, light on, light on. And I am finding out there's just no other way. That I'm still dancing at the end of the day. If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. Light on, light on, light on. Oh, if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming. But if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. And I am finding out there's just no other way. That I'm dancing at the end of the day. If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. Oh, if you leave the light on.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to warmly welcome you to the Northern Stars Student Remembrance event. Thank you to 7 Days, one of our talented student a cappella groups, for that beautiful opening song. We're grateful they'll be sharing more performances with us throughout the evening. My name is Kitty Jackson. I serve as Associate Vice President and Dean of Students, and it's a deep honor to be here with you tonight and to hold space together as we remember and celebrate the lives of students in our community who have passed in the last year. As we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the land on which the University of Minnesota stands. Our campus is located on the contemporary, traditional, and ancestral lands of Indigenous people. This is Dakota land, ceded in the treaties of 1837 and 1851. Recognizing this history is an important part of our continued work to understand the relationship to this place and to one another. Please note that tonight's event is being live streamed and will later be available on the Northern Stars website. To the families who are joining us, whether you are here in person or with us virtually, thank you. We know this evening may be emotional, and we want you to know how much your presence means to us. The students we honor tonight were cherished members of our university community. They made a meaningful impact on their classmates, faculty, staff, and especially on all of you. Their lives matter deeply, and we are here to remember that together. For those attending in person, please know that university staff are available at the back of the theater if you need any support during this program. You're not alone in this space. Thank you for being here with us, whether in person or virtually. And I'd like to thank Executive Vice President and Provost Rachel Croson, Vice President for Student Affairs Calvin Phillips, and Senior Associate Vice President for Student Affairs Maggie Towell for your support in making this meaningful gathering possible. Thank you to the many campus representatives in attendance this evening, our collegiate deans, campus leaders, and to the faculty and students who are here with us today to honor these remarkable individuals. The Northern Stars event draws from our campus and local traditions in both name and spirit. Its name comes from a treasured line in the university's alma mater, Hale, Minnesota, which you will hear later in the evening along with a reflection on its history. Tonight is about remembrance, but also about the light each of these students brings into our lives. That light continues to shine in the memories, stories, and communities they helped shape. Following the event, each family will receive a certificate of attendance and a handcrafted candle holder created by a local company founded by university alumni. This gift is a symbol of enduring light, a tribute to your students' presence and the lasting impact they made on our campus. At this time, it's my honor to invite Executive Vice President and Provost Rachel Croson to share a few opening reflections.
Thank you, Katie, and good evening, everyone. Tonight, we meet to remember the students, 1 professional student, 2 graduate students, and 11 undergraduate students who we've lost over the past year. To their families and to all who called them friends and mentors, and to all the students, faculty, and staff of our university, I share your sorrow. Their loss is still so new, and I know it feels like nothing will ever be normal again. And it won't, not in the way it was before. But I support you as you try to find your new normal. There is nothing I can say here that can express the collective loss we feel. There are 14 new unmendable holes in the fabric of our community. But on behalf of the entire University of Minnesota family, I affirm our solemn duty and responsibility to fill the silence of those we remember with our support and gratitude. They will forever carry on the Gopher spirit, and through our memories, they will live forever in our hearts. In this time of grief and unity, of sadness and continuity, let the light of remembrance fill this moment and the entire university family with strength and great appreciation, and carry us in this important Minnesota tradition to never forget. It is said that love is how you stay alive, even after you're gone. And those we remember today have been truly loved. I also want to express my thanks to our student hosts and performers who are participating to acknowledge their peers this evening. Wherever a beautiful soul has been, there is now a trail of memories, and may these memories be a blessing. And now I would like to introduce Flora Yang, President of the Professional Student Government, Natalie Bennett, and Olu Afolabi from the Council of Graduate Students. Flora, Natalie, and Olu will begin recognizing the students being remembered this evening. Thank you once again for joining us in honoring those that we've lost.
Thank you, Executive Vice President and Provost Crescent. My name is Boluwatife Olu Afolabi, and I'm the Vice President, Council of Graduate Students. At this time, we would like to honor the students, now our Northern Stars, who have left us in the past year. We will read each name and share a few thoughts about each student. We will first honor graduate and professional students, then take a few moments to reflect, while 7 Days a cappella returns to perform for us. We will then continue with honoring our undergraduate students. Our first graduate student this evening is Diana Davis of the College of Liberal Arts. Diana was a lifelong learner with a passion for serving others. She studied art in the 1960s at Berkeley, California, before returning to Minnesota, where she worked at Control Data Corp in Bloomington and learned computer programming. She later spent many years living in Germany and Switzerland before moving back to the US about 8 years ago. Always eager to expand her knowledge, she was pursuing certificate in technical communications and looked forward to applying her skills. A talented writer, Diana published Understanding Sagas in 1993 and was a dedicated sewing and crochet teacher. She was a loving mother to 3 children, 2 in Minnesota and 1 in Switzerland, and a devoted grandmother to 4. Diana was preceded in death by her husband, Stewart Whiteside, and will be remembered for her kindness, creativity, and deep love for her family.
My name is Natalie Bennett, and I am the representative to the Student Advisory Board on the Council of Graduate Students. Our next graduate student this evening is Dylan Dulac, Carlson School of Management. Dylan was a full-time MBA student who in just a few short months became an integral part of his close-knit cohort. In a small class of graduate students from around the world, he formed deep friendships, connections that felt like they had been built over years. Dylan's life was centered around his passions and his new adventure as an MBA student at the Carlson School of Management. He found fulfillment in mountain biking, run club, fly fishing, disc golf, photography, storytelling, and hiking. Dylan's parents, Kirk and Jill Dulac, both graduates of the U of M School of Dentistry, were proud of his journey and the person he was becoming.
Good evening. My name is Flora Yang, and I serve as the president of the Professional Student Government. Our professional student this evening is Victor Bedros from the medical school. Victor was a dedicated physician and a valued member of the University of Minnesota community. Born and raised in Brazil, he moved to the US at 13 and pursued a career in medicine with great passion. He graduated from the University of Kansas School of Medicine in June of 2024 and was an outstanding transplant nephrology fellow in Minnesota. Victor was also deeply involved in his Armenian heritage, serving his community in Brazil, Kansas, and Minnesota. His greatest joy was his marriage to Rena, a graduate of the University of Minnesota's pharmacy school just weeks before his passing. Known for his warmth, enthusiasm, and deep commitment to others, Victor's impact will be felt for years to come. He is deeply missed by his wife, family, friends, and all who had the privilege of knowing him. We will now take a moment to reflect as we listen to 7 Days a cappella.
And I saw the peaks of my own that you probably meant for us. And I tore out the fear from my bones that you probably never lost. And I saw the peaks of my own that you probably never lost. And I tore out the fear from my bones that you probably never lost. But I would fake, I would make every inch of our love. But I would fake, I would break every inch of our love. Every inch of our love. Every inch of our love.
I would like to introduce Clara Juniman and James Cook from Undergraduate Student Government to recognize the undergraduate students being remembered this evening.
Thank you, Dean Jackson. My name is Clara Juniman, and I'm the Vice President of the Undergraduate Student Government. I'm honored to remember the following students. Janan Ahmed, College of Liberal Arts. Janan was a passionate student, fully dedicated to her academics, particularly through the Chicano and Latino Studies major, where she engaged deeply with issues of justice, identity, and advocacy. From an early age, Janan was committed to leading change and uplifting marginalized communities. She served as the student representative on the Minneapolis Public Schools Board and worked as a student intern for Hennepin County District 2, demonstrating her drive to influence policies that impact underserved populations. On campus, Janan was a vibrant and deeply engaged student, actively involved in Mujeres Activas en Letras y Cambio Social, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. program, and the Chicano and Latino Studies program. Janan's light and determination touched so many lives, and she will always be remembered for her kindness, wisdom, and commitment to change. Abigail Beto, College of Liberal Arts. Abigail Beto was a dedicated senior pursuing dual degrees in psychology and sociology. Passionate about supporting her fellow students, she was actively involved in addressing basic needs through Swipe Out Hunger and her work at the Nutritious You food pantry. Abigail had a love for exploration and learning, studying abroad in France in fall 2023 and Ireland in spring 2024. An avid reader of fantasy and historical fiction, she also had a passion for creative writing, serving as a high school newspaper editor. She enjoyed music, art, and was involved in the film club, as well as a social justice commission. Abigail's kindness, curiosity, and dedication to helping others left a lasting impact on those around her, and she will be deeply missed. Peter Jennis, College of Continuing and Professional Studies. As a college in the school student from Burnsville High School, Peter Jennis had only just begun his time at the University of Minnesota. Peter's family shared that Peter was a bright and spirited young man, an exceptional student, a loyal best friend, a caring boyfriend, a devoted son, and a cherished brother. Known for his infectious smile and a laugh that could light up any room, Peter had a way of making personal connections wherever he went. His kind heart and genuine care for others left a lasting impression on anyone who had the privilege of knowing him. His family wishes to thank you all for honoring Peter's life. The beauty of his memory as a sweet person, humble, caring as a friend, smart, and dedicated will remain forever. Ryan Klontz, College of Science and Engineering. Ryan came to the university in fall of 2020 with an interest in studying materials engineering in the College of Science and Engineering. He had additional interests in studying business and economics. Ryan was a committed Boy Scout and achieved Eagle Scout with his two younger brothers following in his footsteps. His family shared that Ryan was inducted into the Order of the Arrow, the National Honor Society of Scouting, and received its highest honor, Vigil, in 2023. Ryan was known by others as being thoughtful, creative, patient, and generous. Henry Kujak, College of Liberal Arts. Henry Kujak was a thoughtful and conscientious student who initially planned to study biomedical engineering in the College of Science and Engineering, but later discovered an interest in psychology. As he shifted his major to the College of Liberal Arts, he explored expanding his academic interests to studying abroad and future psychology internships. Henry was known for his love of music, swimming, the outdoors, reading, and traveling. According to his family, Henry was deeply passionate about everything he was involved in, from athletics to the environment, and especially to his friends. He deeply cared about how other people are treated and wanted everyone to just be kind to others.
My name is James Cook, and I am the Chief of Staff to the Vice President of the Undergraduate Student Government. Our next undergraduate student is Harrison Lindblom, College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resources. Harrison Lindblom began his academic career at Case Western Reserve University in Ohio and later transferred to the University of Minnesota. His academic interests centered on animal science, biology, and education. Over time, Harrison shared that his interests remained the same, but with a greater emphasis on community, diversity, acceptance, and accessibility. He was an engaged member of the university community, focusing on tutoring students, including high school students in the sciences, working as a lab assistant and a teaching assistant. Additionally, Harrison worked at the St. Paul Pet Hospital as a veterinary assistant. His journey through college included numerous personal challenges that Harrison met with perseverance and resilience. Ryan McDonald, College of Science and Engineering. Ryan McDonald was born in Okinawa, Japan, and grew up in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. He began his studies at the University of Minnesota in the fall of 2022 as a student in the College of Science and Engineering, pursuing his passion for computer science. Ryan had a natural talent for building computers, often creating them for himself and for his friends, which fueled his interest in technology. His family shares that Ryan will always be remembered for his quiet strength, kindness, and polite spirit. Stuart Porter, College of Biological Sciences. Stuart, known to most as Stu Porter, grew up in Toronto, Ontario, and Eau Claire, Wisconsin. He began his studies at the University of Minnesota in the fall of 2020, earning his degree in microbiology in May of 2024 with a plan to complete a double major in French. Stu was deeply involved in the campus community, sharing his passion for climbing, both on rock walls and in trees, along with gymnastics and even the lettuce-eating club. He also worked at the Recreation and Wellness Center, where his adventurous and easygoing nature shone. His family fondly remembers him for his generosity, warm smile, and signature double thumbs-up gesture. Chris Renz, College of Liberal Arts. Chris Renz earned his Associate of Arts degree from Normandale Community College, completing all his courses online before excitedly beginning in-person studies at the University of Minnesota in the fall of 2022. As a student in the College of Liberal Arts, he pursued a degree in technical writing and communications. Chris had a deep love for music, teaching himself to play guitar, trombone, keyboards, bongos, and drums. He also enjoyed playing hockey and staying active. His family shares that Chris will be remembered for his keen sense of observation, his desire to help others, his quick wit, and his signature way of ending conversations with a hug and a heartfelt "love you." Solveig Rovik, Medical School. Solveig Rovik grew up in Mankato, Minnesota, and began her studies at the University of Minnesota in the College of Liberal Arts in the fall of 2019. She soon found her calling in mortuary science, joining the undergraduate medical school's mortuary science program in the fall of 2020. She found honor in caring for the deceased with grace and compassion, reflecting her empathetic nature. Solveig had a deep passion for the arts, expressing herself through visual art, music, and opera singing. Solveig was preceded in death by her aunt, Tina Rovik Faulkner, who was a second mom to her. Her family will always remember her creativity, spirited nature, and deep empathy for others. Riley Saloom, College of Liberal Arts. Riley Saloom was from the St. Michael, Albertville area of Minnesota and had recently begun her journey as a first-year student in the College of Liberal Arts, pursuing her passion for theater. She had a love for performance, both on stage and in the arena, where she competed in dressage with her beloved horse, Atlan. Riley was also involved in Survivor Twin Cities and compassionate action for animals, reflecting her adventurous spirit and kindness towards others. Following Riley's tragic loss, in the face of immense loss, her family made the courageous decision to donate her organs and tissue through a program at Hennepin County Medical Center. She was honored with an honor walk, and her donation provided life-saving gifts to more than 70 patients in need. Riley's legacy of generosity and compassion will continue to shine through the lives she touched. Our Northern Stars remembered here this evening will always be a part of our maroon and gold community. I would now like to invite Dr. Katie Jackson back to the podium to continue our event.
The University of Minnesota's alma mater, Hail, Minnesota, was written in 1904 and first performed that spring in honor of the graduating class that year. The lyrics speak to the profound impact the university has on its students and the hope that the education and experiences gained here will guide their personal growth and development. The song reflects a mutual relationship, one in which both the university and its students shape and strengthen one another. The university is a guiding Northern Star for its students, and in turn, students, both those present with us today and those we remember, are a Northern Star to the university. Hail, Minnesota will now be performed by Tristan Wolfe of 7 Days a cappella.
Minnesota, hail to thee, our college dear. Thy light shall ever be a beacon bright and clear. Thy sons and daughters true will proclaim thee near and far. They will guard thy fame and adore thy name. Thou shalt be their Northern Star.
Thank you for being with us here tonight and for this meaningful tribute to our remarkable students. As we gather this evening, we are reminded of how fortunate we are to have known, learned from, and shared a community with each of the students we honor. Everyone participating in this event represents just a small portion of the lives touched by the presence, spirit, and gifts of these bright Northern Stars. At this time, let us pause to recognize all of the students we are remembering tonight, including those for whom we are not making a formal acknowledgement in respect of their families' wishes. As our evening comes to a close, please know that we hold each of you and your families in our hearts. For the families joining us in person, there are materials available for you to take with you in the lobby as you leave tonight. And for those who are attending virtually, will be mailing these materials to you in the coming days. For all of our in-person guests, we invite you to stay for light refreshments and conversation in the lobby. With heartfelt thanks and deep gratitude, we wish you a peaceful and gentle night.